Hello there, everybody. Welcome back. I'm here to talk about the newest episode of Helluva. So this is season 2, episode 3, and the basic premise is the main crew of Imp, excluding Luna, because I guess she's just not in this episode really, in like an important role at least, or even a supporting role or anything. She's just kind of there. They are asked by mafia mob boss to do a favor, and the mob boss in particular just happens to be Moxie's dad. So those are the basic premise, and craziness ensues. Now, of course, I'm definitely going to dive into the spoilers, so you have been warned, because not only I think it's been over a day now, so the people who were excited and really wanted to watch it have probably already seen it by now. But of course, I'll give a disclaimer and all, and this episode, a lot of craziness happens. So the main stuff I want to dive into is, for one, Moxie's my favorite character in this show. He really is, and I like it when you have episodes that focus on him, like the Harvest Moon Festival one. That was one of my favorites for that reason. And this one, I personally think that this might be one of the darkest episodes, just because a lot of people make jokes and all about how all the main cast, for the most part, their dads are jerks and stuff. And this one might take the cake, because what we see this guy do, from bitch slapping his son in that flashback when his son was really young. I think that was his mom that he made him kill. That was, I don't know if it is, because I've seen people say that there are some features of that character that are different from the mom, but at least with the floating shoe in the river, that he definitely, his mom's dead. And just the horrible upbringing that he went through was it made you really care for the character and really like him even more. That explains a lot, and I've seen people point out in past episodes, in the first episode, how he was really hesitant on killing the mom of that, the murder family episode, even though that family was a bunch of psychos, right? But he was real hesitant on it and all that. And that's the thing that I really realized, is that this show, especially in these newer episodes, it's really good at showing past stuff about how it connects story-wise, how characters act like this, and you're wondering why, and then later on, it's explained really well. And again, besides all the darkness with the dad, this dad really hates his son. And I mean really hates his son. It's wild, but it's really crazy to watch. But besides all the darkness with the father-son dynamic and all that, there's also a lot of hilarious moments and fun moments, and that mostly comes from one certain character named Chaz, who honestly, it feels like a Chad type character. So this was crazy. I really liked this character. He was hilarious. He was funny. And he will be missed. It's wild, but he stole every scene really he was in. He's a jerk and only cares for himself and stuff like that, for sure. But it was fun to see that character, because everyone was hyping this character up for over a year, really, I think, at this point, with the first teaser of him with the signs in front of Moxie. So I just liked everything with that. I like how I feel bad for the Millie character, because she hasn't really had that episode to shine yet. She's kind of just the second to Moxie, and Moxie mostly gets the development and stuff. But she had good moments in it as well. You just see their relationship throughout, that they really do care and love for each other, which we all knew, but it was nice to re-emphasize on that. I do like that Blitz wasn't really the main focus, because he tends to always be him or Stolas, especially with these past, I think it's 3 episodes, they were the main focus, with Ozzy's, the circus, with flashbacks and stuff, and then Seeing Stars. I was just thinking, oh man, give these other characters a chance here. And they do. And for a reason, this is probably my favorite episode, at least of the season, easily, in terms of animation, camera work, about how it turns, and just it really is patience is a virtue, because they took so long to make these newer episodes. Like, they've been having many updates letting us know and stuff, and the work is really paying off. That's the thing. If you give people time and, just wait for them to finish, it turns out to be great, or even better than it possibly could have been, because they had the time to not overrush and overwork the employees. Just give them a chance to finish this. And it shows. This is probably the best looking episode so far in this series, which you would expect. As further along you go, stuff tends to get better over time with more experience and more learning the craft of how to make this show. So, but again, in the animation department, all, it was great. The story department, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting to be that dark, especially with the dad. I thought he would just be one of the, I didn't think he'd be like a nice dad or anything, but I thought he'd be kind of similar to like Stolas' dad, Hammond, or Blitz's dad, but this was I really, we're gonna see this character again, absolutely, especially with the end in there, but it was really wild that, it just really shows the evilness that some of these characters can possess. Because a lot of people are saying this is probably worse than Stella, which honestly, maybe. It may be. Just that flashback alone was one of the evilest acts that we've seen a character do in this series so far. And besides all that, I loved the little, jokes in there. Like, for example, we had a Titanic reference. Which, yes, I love Titanic, one of my all-time favorite movies. So any chance I can gush over that God-tier film, I will. And to see it referenced in one of my up-and-coming favorite, indie-type animated shows, I thought that was great. Again, the voice work throughout, especially, I gotta give a shout-out to Richard Horvitz, who, as you know, was Billy from The Adventures of Billy and Manny, and Zim from Invader Zim, and other stuff. He obviously plays Moxie in this show, but he also plays the dad, Krim. Now, his performance for both characters, who are very different from each other, a huge contrast. Moxie being, nice, sweet, kind of, sensitive to all this type of stuff, and then Krim just being an evil jerk. It was like, that just shows you what a really great voice actor this guy is. So I had to give a huge shout out to him. And just the voice cast in general was really solid throughout. Chaz, Millie, Blitz, side other characters, they all did pretty good work. And this is just I don't really have that much complaints, except one issue that I have, and I don't want to dwell on it because it isn't that big, but I had to mention it, was Blitz cheating. Now, this has been a general discussion in the fandom on if it's really cheating, because are they really dating and stuff. The whole relationship is convoluted and crazy, and it's frustrating because, in the Ozzy episode, Blitz literally was crying himself to sleep. He has his face cut out of all these pictures and stuff. He thinks he's horrible and stuff. He thinks he can be not loved or be cared for or anything. And then he does stuff like this where he's still seeing Stolas and everything, despite, the fallout and all. They're still in at least sort of good terms with the last episode, caring for each other and stuff. And then he does this to sleep with, Chaz. Which, it's funny and stuff, but I'm kind of thinking, wow, Blitz is a dick. And it's like, yeah, you're kind of reap what you sow. That's why you feel like you can't be with anyone or have, real companionship and stuff, because you do stuff like that. But, we're still in, I guess, the early phases. I'm really hoping that he stops doing that and overcomes that. And, I just want him and Stolas to be happy and stuff, because there's too much angst. We need some happiness right now. You feel me? I just had to do a mini rant because that was kind of annoying to watch play out. It was funny, but it was annoying because it's just perpetuating his problems. But again, this episode was great. I had a lot of fun watching this episode. It gave a lot more of the limelight to my favorite character, Moxie, who's kind of been in the back burner for the past, I'd say, 2 episodes. Season 2, episode 1, he wasn't even in. And season 2, episode 2, he was kind of just there as a joke, a running gag thing, his little B plot. And so I just really am happy that we got to see more of him. And I really wish Millie would get more development for her character in the show. But I mean, this was better than what we've been getting. So again, great episode all around. Those are my thoughts on Helluva Boss Season 2, Episode 3. Again, thank you all so much for watching. It means a lot to me. What did you think of this episode? If you've had a chance to watch it, please comment down below. I would like to hear your thoughts. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Were you in between? Thank you. And if you could hit the subscribe button and the bell as well to get notified when I upload, that would mean a lot to me. And I hope to see you all in the next video. Bye!